Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hopefully, you can all hear me very well. So, I just want to start by something in the process. I'm in the process of rebranding this channel. And one of the Muslim YouTubers, he gave me a good idea. He said, the reason why he started his channel was actually to hold himself accountable. So, subhanAllah, um, to begin, not only am I looking to benefit others, but obviously, I'm looking to start this channel to benefit myself first and foremost. So I want to start off with this lesson, which is the idea of how to focus. Okay, just did a quick Google search and YouTube search on how to focus, and there's a lot of good videos on here. I think this is something I'd like to, inshallah ta'ala, talk about and focus on. His brother seems to be Muslim, so I'll still have to check out his video later on, inshallah ta'ala. But we all know the power of focus, right? When there's a businessman that I recently came across, and he said that the biggest difference for him was number one, coming to his job or his entrepreneurship project persistently, because he knew that his competitors and other people were not actually doing it persistently on a day-to-day basis. So it was just showing up was the first thing that he was doing, and that could be showing up to his work, something as simple as showing up to his workstation at home, just going to his setting aside time daily to be in his home office, right? During COVID, we know that we're all limited in terms of going out, but he would just show up to his designate and allocate time to be in front of his computer. And the second thing that he would do is that he would just focus. So a lot of the times we might allocate the time. We might go to our daily 9 to 5 job, but we're not actually mentally there. So the next question that follows is, well, how do you actually focus? And inshallah, this is something I'm going to talk about later on in my on this channel. But a couple things. So I have a couple links open. One is a great way to start is morning and evening supplications. Okay, because what this does, and there's just barakah, I'm not going to get into an explanation of it, but there's just barakah in the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the sunnah of Rasulullah. Okay, this is a great YouTube channel, by the way, if you're looking for something to, after you do your morning and evening supplications, and as we're all trying to wake up properly for Fajr and get in the mood of focusing and having khushu, this is also a good channel to listen to after your prayers or after your adhkar. And the third thing is obviously, throughout your day, you're probably planning for like a dawah projects. You might be involved in charity. You might be involved in, I just pulled up ICNAS here, but I have no affiliation with them. But, you might be involved in charity. You might be trying to do different errands throughout the day, paying off bills, talking to your family, working on a dawah project, working on a business project, providing for your family, right? Taking care of your ibadah. So how do you balance all of these things? And I found a really good model, which is called Ikra Kum Kum. Okay, I don't remember who coined it exactly. I think it might have been Ibn al-Qayyim. It might have been from one of the Islamic institutes or organizations. But this was really beautiful when I came to learn about it, because it's how to balance Islam not only in your life but even throughout your day. So the sheikh, and he was from Canada here, he told us that Iqra refers to Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq, which is basically, okay, every single day or one goal you need to make in your weekly routine or in your regular life is to seek knowledge, right? Iqra, and that comes from the Quran. The second thing you want to do is from another surah, is Qum al-layla illa qalila, which is basically ibadah, if you think about it, worship, tazkiyatun nafs, taking care of your heart. There's a lot that can be said about that. And the third thing he said was Qum fa'andir. Ya ayyuhal mudaththir qum fa'andir. So that's from another surah. And that basically means arise and warn, and essentially give dawah, engage in the obligation to convey the message. And this could mean, people give dawah in different ways. People have various different dawah projects. So there's street dawah, there's online dawah, maybe you're a teacher at school, maybe you're an imam, maybe we are at work, maybe we're just giving dawah to ourselves, right? Initially to start with in our families, or we're doing charity work. So I thought this was a really beautiful way to balance Islam in our life. And if you want to break it down even further, it's just basic, another way to translate it is Iqra is basically knowledge, worship, and action. Knowledge, worship, and action, right? Those three things. In Islam, we have a tradition of the scholars would talk about the two wings, which was, knowledge and action. And Surah Al-Asr, this is another great and beautiful surah about talking about balancing Islam in our lives. When I asked him, okay, where did this Iqra model come from? He actually said, it's from the Meccan stages in the early beginnings, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala built Rasulullah our role model. And I thought this was a great thing. So if you think about it, Iqra and اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق يا أيها المزمل قم الليل إلا قليلا, and the last قم يا أيها المدثر قم فأنذر. These are essentially from the first few surahs that were revealed to the Prophet, 3 or 4 surahs, I believe. And each one of those belonged to the very first ayat. So I thought it's a very, very beautiful model. And, this can actually be found throughout the Quran, subhanAllah, about taking care of both of our internal state and as well as our external state. So this is an idea of how to focus, what to focus on. I think it's going to be an ever-growing challenge, but this is one of the topics I want to address, inshallah ta'ala, in terms of our this channel, and everything from personal growth, inshallah ta'ala, I'll be talking about, to developing teams, to developing and understanding our Islamic organizations, and even a wide spectrum of dawah related topics, from social issues to issues that affect Muslims locally and around the world. And I also want to, inshallah, talk about a range of topics, from business to health, and of course, one-to-one dawah training and the benefits of dawah training for Muslims in general. So as you can see, I have a lot to cover. Make dua for me, inshallah ta'ala. I'll let you guys go. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And actually, sorry, one more point. If you're struggling to get started, I learned a really good lesson. Just start small. Start in piecemeal. We learned this as a child. Where do I start with the Quran? Where do I start with du'as? Where do I start with, prayers and things like that? Just focus on one thing at a time. Sometimes it's not about what you focus on, but sometimes it's just about the fact that you get into the habit, you get consistent. So what I would recommend actually is, look at the last few surahs of the Quran. Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu birabbil falaq, Qul a'udhu birabbin nas. Start with either one of those as a daily adhkar, or ayatul kursi. And that's how you can get started, inshallah, and that's how you will remain focused, inshallah ta'ala, and keep making dua for all of us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.